Negative thoughts are like roaches. They ruin everything. They are absolutely despicable, and if you don't pay attention to them, they reproduce exponentially. They should be extinguished off the face of the earth. But how do you take care of this thought infestation, if you will, if first of all, you're not even aware that you have this problem? This is where journaling comes in. As the new year begins, many of us will resolve to adopt new positive habits to improve or change our lives. And besides reading and waking up early, I can't think of a more life-changing habit for me than having started to journal. But in the past, when I had thought about journaling, I always pictured the typical My Dear Diary style entries, and that was just not for me. So today, I'm going to share with you 10 different ways that you can use a journal to actually improve your life, so that you can become a more productive and positive individual. And the best part is that most of these will take under 5 minutes, making this the perfect habit to start for the new year. First up is morning pages. This is inspired by the author Julia Cameron and her book, The Artist's Way. Morning pages has been my go-to for years now. You basically take out a pen and paper, and I did say pen because the point is not for you to obsess over your pristine handwriting and make sure that you write everything correctly and have the perfect grammar. It is simply a place where you can just let go of all of the random thoughts that you have and all of the mental clutter that's fogging up your creative energy. As the name suggests, this is done in the morning. It is stream of consciousness writing. Basically, you're writing anything and everything that comes to your mind. What this does is it allows you to just let go of these things so that you can start your day with a blank slate. And as the days go by, what this also allows you to do is to be able to see kind of patterns in your writing. Maybe you keep writing down that you should call a particular friend. That might be a hint that you should do that. Or maybe you keep writing down something that had hurt you in the past. Maybe that's something you should address. Or maybe you keep having the idea that you should start a particular project. That might be a hint that you should head in that direction. I like to think of morning pages like a mental shower, but for your brain, so that you can give your day your best. Number 2 is to write 10 ideas daily. I love this one. This has definitely been a game changer for me. This is inspired by the best-selling author James Altucher. What I did is I basically got myself a small journal where every single day I would force myself to write 10 ideas daily. James Altucher describes ideas as planes flying by, and by writing them down, you're giving those ideas a place to land. Whether you realize it or not, you get several ideas throughout the day. But we just get so caught up in the busy to-dos of life that we sometimes don't even realize this. And by writing them down, you're not only making them more likely that they will actually happen, but you're kind of stretching your creative muscle, if you will. Whether they might be life-changing ones or simple ones, like changing the light bulb in the bathroom, for example. And the more ideas that you write down, the more creative you become. You are training yourself to become an individual who sees opportunities and sees possibilities. If you write down 10 ideas daily, that's 3,650 ideas in a year. At least a few of these have got to be good ones, and one of these could change your life. Number 3 is affirmations, positive visualization, and prayer. I was a teenager in early college, and I remember hearing about affirmations and rolling my eyes and scoffing. Like that'll do anything. I am personally a person who believes in the power of prayer and that the words that you say and think actually have a direct impact on your life. When you say something like, I'm so stupid or I'm so clumsy, your brain is creating neural connections that further affirm this belief. There are numerous studies out there that show that positive visualization can actually improve physical outcomes because your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. Think back to a time when you had thought about something sad and you started to actually feel the emotions and made yourself cry just because of thinking about that situation. That event wasn't actually happening, but your brain didn't know the difference. Well, thankfully, the same is true for the opposite. You can jot down in a journal, visualize what success actually looks like for you, what it will feel like to accomplish that goal that you have, or how you will change your life in the future. Be detailed about these things. Where will you live? What will your friends be like? What your future experiences will look like? What your future life will look like? Or you can also pretend to be your older, wiser self that's giving you encouragement and giving you motivation. You can also choose to write hopeful prayers for things that you would like to see change in your life. Whichever route you decide to take, no doubt this journaling style can be a game changer for sure because it trains your brain to be positive and to be kinder to yourself as well. Number 4 is unsent angry letters. Oh my goodness, this is such a powerful one. I love, love, love this journaling style. As a child, I remember frequently waking up in the middle of the night to my parents yelling at each other and my dad slamming on the table right across the trailer wall of my bedroom. Growing up in a broken marriage, I did not learn the best communication skills. And though I'm blessed to say I've been happily married for 6 years now, I definitely needed to work on my communication skills because my instinct was definitely fight or flight. And most of the times I would just kind of hold things in and let them bother me, and then finally explode. But when I heard about unsent angry letters, this was life-changing. It definitely transformed the way that I communicated, not only with my husband, but other people as well. What I do with this is that when I'm upset with somebody, not even just angry, but let's say I'm hurt and I don't know the particular reason, before I go speak to that individual, I write them a letter that is not meant to be ever sent or ever be seen. You can shred it or burn it or do whatever you want with it after it's written. The point is to allow yourself to express the emotion without covering up any colorful language so that you can allow yourself to just release it, kind of like a wave that's rising in the ocean and then allowing it to fall. Because when we suppress our emotions, those things eventually will cause turmoil inside us if we don't just release it. Not only that, but this allows you a chance to actually figure out why this particular thing hurt you. And a way that you can actually speak to this individual calmly after having gone through all of these emotions. But I highly recommend this, especially for couples as well, because all too often, poor communication leads to separation. Number 5 is simple, quick, but powerful, and it is small wins. Every night before you go to bed, instead of thinking about all the things that you should have done, all the things that you procrastinated on, all the things that went wrong that day, think about those small wins. This can be something so simple, like I took the stairs instead of the elevator. I finally replaced that light bulb in the bathroom. Or I opened the door for somebody that was coming by. Maybe you didn't get everything done that day. Maybe it just seemed like a horrible, terrible day where everything that could go wrong did go wrong. But when you force yourself to write down at least 5 things that went right that day, just 5 little small wins, what you are doing is you're giving yourself more compassion and forcing yourself to think of the positive. This can allow you to get a better night's rest and allow you to wake up tomorrow with more positive energy. Before we continue, if you like this video and are getting any value from it, make sure you give it a thumbs up so that not only can you train your brain for more positive energy, but you can also train the YouTube algorithm to give you more positive videos like these. Number 6 is prompted writing. I used to be very critical of this type of writing because I always envisioned my high school writing assignments where I had to write about a particular topic, and it just felt like work. But prompted writing can actually be very fun if you have the right topics. There are many prompted journals out there, but you can also choose questions of your own. The questions should bring about positive thoughts and give you a sense of direction, such as, what does my dream life look like? What is my ideal self like? What advice would future me have for myself today? Or what are some ways that I could practice more self-care? No doubt, prompted writing can fit those of you who like a more creative style of writing. Number 7 is the bullet journal. No list of journaling methods would be complete without mentioning the ever so popular bullet journal. Bullet journaling is aimed for personal organization. It's a place where you can organize and visualize your schedule, your reminders, ideas, or other to-dos in a way that suits your creative style. It is not prompted, it doesn't have lines on it, it is not clearly defined, and that's the beauty of it. You make it work for you based on what your journaling needs are like. You can be as detailed or creative as you like, or as simplified as you like. The bullet journal is a favorite among many. Number 8 is words of wisdom or book quotes. Through reading, we have the ability to take knowledge that people worked for years to obtain and have it condensed in one book. If you haven't started a reading habit already, I highly recommend you check out my video, How to Start a Reading Habit. I'll link that video down below. But if you do currently read or listen to audiobooks or even podcasts for that matter, a great way to extract even more information from it is to have a designated spot where you can write down key takeaways, quotes, or just things that stood out to you. This gives you the ability to not only just read or even just hear the information mindlessly, but gives you a chance to actually process and digest the information. And who knows, maybe you'll get some insights of your own. Number 9 is a gratitude journal. You can choose to do this either in the morning or at night or even both. This is just having an area where you can write down things that you're grateful for. And especially if you're doing this in the morning, you're just kind of starting your day off right, because what you're doing is instead of waking up thinking about all the things that you have to do or all the things that worry or stress you, you're thinking about all the things that you are grateful for, all of the things that are going right. And when you do this at night, it's just as powerful powerful because now you're not keeping yourself up at night thinking about all those negative things. You're thinking about the positives, allowing you to get a full night's and peaceful rest. Number 10 is ironically the Dear Diary entry. Even though this is not my particular writing style, it may be helpful for those of you who just want a way to just express what you feel, what you think, or just things that happen throughout the day. It can definitely be a very healing and insightful type of writing, but I do want to caution as well that if you are going through something difficult, that it's always a good idea to find somebody that you can go to that maybe can guide you in a positive direction, or seek a counselor so that you're not just kind of keeping things to yourself if you are going through something major. So these are the 10 different ways that you can start a journaling habit to improve your life. Let me know in the comments below which one will you be starting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you won't miss when I post a new video. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.